So, what is this? Redecorating the office, moving the furniture around? Some show of rebellion?
I haven't stepped foot in this part of the house all morning. I'll go for a run.
Well, who did it?
I did. It's time things got shaken up a little around here.
You want to inflict your personal taste on this house? Do it in another room. I have documents, very sensitive documents. They can't be misplaced.
Do not speak to me like I'm some teenager who interrupted her father at work with her baton twirling.
Did you actually do that?
Oh, no. Claudia, that I knew, would never perform in public. Not once. So obviously, that's changed.
A lot's changed. Daddy's paralyzed. Trevor is all dark and doer and seemingly in control. My little brother's all grown up and running into trees from the looks of it. From the few things that Uncle Rudy told me over the years, I imagine you're anything but. It's just one of the things I intend to fix while I'm here.
I don't need fixing.
Tell me, how long do you intend to stay?
Till I'm good and ready to leave.
If you so intend on joining us, why don't you let me guide you through a couple of things?
What, you mean steer me around the things you don't want me to know about? Why are you making it sound like you had no intention of getting me involved in family business?
I already told Trevor why I thought he brought you here. I'm being difficult. Translation, Johnny has his own brain and can think for himself. Trevor thought you'd show up, do what you're told, and he'd be back to his regular tricks like he was with Dad.
Tell me, why are you two so quick to think the worst of me?
Because you make it so easy. No one's ever seen the best of you. Is there a best of you, Trevor's? I mean, Uncle Rudy certainly didn't think so.
Well, he was never in any position to judge.
I disagree. He's managed to make a lot of money, and people like him. I like him.
A dirtbag loser.
He's up front. He's in charge. He's taking the heat. Unlike you, Trevor's.
Why do you call me that?
Because it's how I remember you before I got shipped away. This figure in the shadows, always there, saying the right things, doing the right things. I remember you as being helpful. You were always helping, like a servant. The dutiful Trevor's. And got paid for his sincerity.
All right, kids. Let's stop the parlor games. If you ever think that you're going to take on Sonny Corinthos and his like, we're going to have to work together.
Well, we're not going to work together. You're going to work for me. Is that clear?
It was all a setup, you know. Dad's been a lot worse. Trevor just thought you were...
So naive. Well, I passed that a long time back. How are you, really?
Why do you care?
I care.
Do you? Is that why I haven't heard from you in God knows how long?
Look, I thought it was best for you if we didn't have any contact.
No, that is a lie. But I don't have the energy right now to search for the truth.
I didn't want to go, John.
I do. I want to break this sound barrier getting out of this place, but I'm here, aren't I?
Because running's no good. It doesn't matter how far you go or how fast, you'll never get away. Hey, could you stay?
So we can catch up?
We'll have time for that. And I want to know all the power players in this war that's been brewing with Sonny Corinthos.
And you better learn all you can about somebody named Jason Morgan. Sonny Corinthos runs a coffee importing business as a front. Jason Morgan is his partner on paper.
But his enforcer in the real world.
If it were up to Sonny, I'd be dead by now, but Jason Morgan, for some reason, has stood up for me several times, giving me the benefit of the doubt.
That's strange. Weakness for a man in Morgan's position. It must be connected to some personal weakness he has.
Weakness is not a word I'd use to describe Morgan or Corinthos.
Everybody has a weak spot, baby brother.
Even you?
I heard that Johnny went crazy at some big party and that it was partly because of you and some girl. Is that right? Is there some girl in your life? I mean, other than for medicinal game.
We'll talk about it.
I used to tell you everything. I remember I used to tell you almost everything. And you've grown up so handsome and so strong and dark. But I guess that couldn't have been avoided. Not in this house, huh? There's no love that can share that with you. There's no love that can chase shadows that big and that hungry and that dark. So you do whatever you want out there in the world. Don't fall in love, Johnny. Love hurts. Love kills.
Claudia. Come on. Let's clear the air. You're right, I admit it. I didn't realize how much you've changed.
You didn't think I had it in me.
Not the little girl who left here at 16. Even your father was surprised.
Maybe at first, but then I think it quickly turned to fear. He may be paralyzed, but he's not stupid. Unlike some of the moves that have been made in this business since I've been gone.
Exactly what do you know about this business?
Oh, I know that I wouldn't have tried encroaching on a local kingpin's territory unless I had guaranteed myself a foothold. Say that prime waterfront property that used to belong to Lorenzo Alcazar.
Well, I'm working on that.
You're not doing a very good job of it from what I see. There are a dozen ways that you could have done this differently, successfully. But what I see here, it's pure antagonism. It's as if you had some score to settle.
Was that what the new you was really all right? I mean, are you trying to settle some score with your father? Because he's gone. And I'm here in his place.
I thought Johnny was in his place.
Come on, no more games. I know things about you.
And I know things about you.
Come on, Claudia. I don't want to get off on the wrong foot here.
I don't like being used. Although I can't remember the last time that happened.
You and your brother, you still need me.
I'll be clear with you, okay? I will keep you around as long as I think you're being useful.
Now, you talk to me like that and behave like that, I'm going to destroy you and your whole family.
And you destroy yourself in the process, Trevor. And something tells me you have far too much time, effort, and blatant manipulation involved on my father and Johnny to let that happen. Admit it, it's fun being you. What's more powerful than controlling the family with the power? And it's been very lucrative for you. There's no reason why that can't continue as long as you know your place.
I know exactly what my place is. I am only the lawyer.
Good. Johnny tells me that we're in a stalemate situation with this Corinthos.
That's because Sonny sees Johnny as a kid who won't make a show of force to prove otherwise.
What is your relationship with Corinthos?
It's complicated.
Okay. Just so you know, that won't always be a satisfactory answer. We need something to shake up Corinthos and the other families, just to get him off guard while I get the lay of the land.
I'm sure that I will think of something.
I've already thought of something.
Should I be worried?
About what?
Sonny's back and was his charming homicidal self with me. Thought maybe he came to finish the job.
I can talk to Sonny.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
Why is that? Is Trevor planning something I should know about?
Sure, try. I'll give him that. Somebody just told me something and I'm having a hard time believing it.
What's that?
Work kills. What do you think?
With all due respect, Claudia, You don't know the players. There's 5 families up here never even heard that Anthony Zacchara had a daughter.
Well, then it's about time they did. I'm particularly interested in meeting this Sonny Corinthos. I can't quite picture him in my mind, but from what I've heard, I'm fascinated already.
You got plenty of time to meet Sonny Corinthos.
Could this room be any more dark and depressing? No wonder my father went crazy here.
Oh, yeah. You gotta take my lead in things like this. Corinthos is a sociopath. You get to meet him in the wrong time, at the wrong place, you end up dead.
You know the biggest mistake you, Sonny Corinthos, or anyone can make? To think that I can be taken off guard that easily. I can't.
Jot this down on your to-do list, Trev. I want that red painting from the parlor brought in for the east wall where it can get the west sun. I want someone to keep fresh flowers in here at all times. Get some drapes that didn't come from the mortuary, will you? And most importantly, call that meeting with the 5 families. Let them know that absenteeism will be cause for reprisal.
Claudia. Claudia. What do you want me to tell them about you?
Nothing. It'll be a nice surprise.
Not wise. That's being reckless.
So are you by arguing with me.
Looks like you got more than you bargained for.
Johnny, I'm a patient man. Your sister needs to be kept in line, and you're gonna help me do it. She wants a meeting with the 5 families, just like that. Well, you know, the last time we had a similar tete-a-tete, it turned into a disaster because of you. Now, if she walks in there like that...
If she walks in there, she's going to leave the same wreckage behind her that I did. Only she won't have to use a baseball bat.
And that's a serious problem.
That's your problem. You're the one that brought Claudia here to replace me as head of this family so you can continue to call the shots.
No, Johnny, I brought her here to help you because you wouldn't listen. And if she makes the same mistake, she's going to end up getting hurt.
That's not going to happen.
Isn't this ironic? That I want you to be the rational one and talk to her? Well, she's going to listen to you because she's got a soft spot.
Yeah, well, it looks like she lost that too when she left. I mean, I remember gifts every once in a while for birthdays or Christmas till I was, 9? And then nothing. Well, except for my father trying to shoot me and winding up killing my mother in the process. Maybe Claudia got out at the right time. Just wish she'd taken me with her.
Hey, where you going in such a hurry?
Nowhere. Let's be honest, that's exactly where my life is headed.
What are you talking about? John, look at you. I think you turned out okay, and despite everything.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving, can't they, Claudia? I can't drive without going 40 miles over the speed limit. I jump off of buildings. I even blow up family ships. And look, barely a scratch on the outside. It's messed up. But you want to know what's even more messed up? I like it. I like seeing how far I can push life. I like going for that rush. Maybe that's exactly how it started with Dad, huh? Wanted a taste of something wild, but he just couldn't satisfy it, so he went crazy in the process.
I don't think that's how it happened.
You wouldn't know you weren't here.
Well, it's not going to happen to you.
You don't know the answer to that either, because I'm willing to bet you're not going to stick around long enough to see it out.
I didn't just leave, John. I was sent away. And you didn't say goodbye. I tried. You didn't even want to talk to me. Look, I don't know if you remember this or not, but when you were little, one year for your birthday, I bought you one of those little toy pianos. You used to bang at it all the time until your mother sat you down at the real one. Anyway, you kept it on a shelf in your room, and the day that I left, I came in and I said, "Hey, John, I love you." And you picked up that toy piano and smashed it up against your dresser until it was in splinters. And I left. I've always wondered if you still play.